Hello! So, I'm finally giving update about the series Tales of Shells and Dust. It's been long overdue, and right now behind me it's empty timeline, and I just opened the file to work on the 7th chapter of the series, and I think it was almost 5 years ago that I began working in the project, and it was a huge project to be done by a single person, and I had been stuck on the 4th chapter for a very long time. I didn't know what to make of it. From time to time I came back to try to find a way out, and I couldn't. Well, finally this year, after loosening up some preconceptions I had about the films, I managed to find a way out of it. And I finished it. I finished that in the 5th, the 6th, and I'm beginning now on the last chapter. So I think it was time to give an update. There was so much to talk about involved in making these films, from having the idea to stay here now working on the last chapter. On a previous project, the Battle of the Shells, I did, at the end of the project, I made a book with photos and texts about the project. But that was a much simpler project. Although it involved the editing of over 1,200 hours of footage, it was a much simpler project. This one, there's so much to talk about that if I had followed the same path and tried to create and write a book, I think it would take me too long to finish it. So instead, I chose to make a small series of videos talking about the project from beginning to end, going from subjects as how the idea came about of doing Tales of Shells and Dust, how was the preparation, how was the trip, how was the filming, what problems did I encounter, and what problems did I encounter and solved, and everything that went into making this series. So very soon I hope to have the 4 remaining episodes out, one very shortly after the other, because what's missing is the audio part. And having so much time passed allows me to look at the films in a different way. Many things I wrote almost 5 years ago that I gave no importance at the time were in fact to an extent prophetic. There are many things that came to happen that was just creations, because part of this is fiction, although it's a documentary. Some things that I created ended up becoming reality, or are in the path of becoming reality. Even Ndol's path, and I'm talking about the little fish, the tiny multi, seems somewhat linked, funnily enough, to the person that is giving him voice. There are some things that happen in both of their lives that are very difficult to ignore. I'm laughing, but it's not a laughing matter, it's just because it's very uncanny that such a thing could happen. If you don't know what I'm talking about Tales of Shells and Dust, I'm going to leave in the description some links to trailers and the films, so you can go back and watch it. Well, I'll be posting some more videos talking about the project in the following days while I'm still working on the 7th chapter. I know where the film is going, but the beginning of a film, in this case, all these films, although they should form a cohesive storyline, each one of them is independent. It's always a bit exciting to be in front of a blank page, in this case a blank storyline, and try to fill it. I don't know how the 7th episode is going to turn out. I know many things that I want to go in. I know how the story will wrap up. And well, it's an exciting time to be at the beginning of the 7th chapter and the end of the project. Once again, thanks for watching.